Welcome back, time to newcomers elect to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Last episode, we started the final case of the game, and we found out that Lana Skye was the defendant. Lana Skye is the high prosecutor. Well, Edgeworth is the high prosecutor, I'm sorry. Lana Skye is in charge of the whole prosecuting attorneys, people. Whatever, however you say it. But anyways, Edgeworth has to prove her guilty, and being the high prosecutor, that's gotta be awkward. Anyways, let's continue by examining this. I've been wondering, what the heck is this? It has a K on it. Prosecutors. Huh? What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy. King of Prosecutors? It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So? So that K, that's... K stands for King? Yeah, you got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing. King of Prosecutors, kind of like Employee of the Month, only better. King of Prosecutors trophy out of the court record. Tell me about this trophy, Edgeworth. Tell me about it. So, in other words, you were the best of the best this year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why's that? I had to go to the police department ceremony to retrieve that broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, correct? Where? Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about. Oh, Ralph. He doesn't seem too concerned about his award, for better or for worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday? I agree. So let's do it. Tell me about yesterday, Mr. Edgeworth. Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day of the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferred. Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you get the shield? I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. Edgeworth's parking stub out of the court record. This is the parking stub from the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15. So the murder happened right after you got back. What, right? I'd appreciate it if you direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Oh god, it's Meekins. Kill it with fire. Kill Meekins with fire. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anyone in the process? I'm Edgeworth. What is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got to report. Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Skye? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Skye, sir? No, sir. Nothing of that kind, sir. None of this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, but sir! I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars of your argument. Give me your name! Oh, yes. Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Right, Officer Meekins. Take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month. But sir, I didn't know. Poor guy, looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck. That's mean. Poor Meekins. He looks like a special ed kid that somehow became a policeman. Right. Yes, sir? Gah, you caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what it says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as the patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. Seems to have finally calmed down, at least. Guess so. Freaking Meekins, he'd give everybody a headache. It'll probably give you viewers a headache too, so be prepared. Freaking Meekins. God, he's worse than Gumshoe. How could anybody be worse than Gumshoe? February 22nd, Police Department entrance. What's wrong with you? Whoa, we're finally here! Why would they put the detective so far away from the prosecutor's office? That took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. This is my first time to the police department, actually. Hold on, what's that? Blue Badger? Badger, Badger, Badger! Disturbing! Why does it undulate like that? Oh wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright! Badger, Badger, Badger! Mushroom, mushroom! Wow, Mr. Wright, you know a lot about the police department. Still, it does seem familiar somehow. Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. What? Who the freak is dancing with the Blue Badger? Oh, who noticed me? He sure is running over here fast. Hi, pal! What are you doing here? Oh, of course it'd be Gumshoe. That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Oh, well... Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hi, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. Jeez. Busy doing what? Dancing with the Blue Badger? Good God. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You'd better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She said she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him. Well, what if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no, come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hi, pal. Can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is that little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect, Lana Sky's sister. Whoa! The chief prosecutor's little sister? Just please investigate the case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's just, it's a sensitive issue with us these days. Wonder why that is. The investigation. Sir, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean this time? Then what happened? I know things are busy right now, and with my sister's case and all. It's true, we've never had a chief prosecutor murdered anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being led into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyways, I thought I'd spend the day getting the badger has so packed. Yeah. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall? Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. Jeez, imagine that. What can you tell me about Edgeworth's knife? Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean that. I mean, of course, there was somebody else. I really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened? Let's find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. We really do. Alright. Goodman's ID. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Oh, hey, pal. This is the detective's ID card. You can't just keep that. You have to turn it into the police. There's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meeting Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. It's probably true. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. But don't you work together with him in criminal affairs? Whoa! Never remember! Bruce Goodman, he's the victim! That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? Please do, for the love of God. Stupid Gumshoe. At least, can't believe they had to make a character in Meekins that was actually worse than Gumshoe. So this ID card belonged to the victim? He was a detective like myself, Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago. Evidence transferal? Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is the chief prosecutor, Sky, called him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. Imagine that. Alright. What about, this trophy? Tell me about it. Hi, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal! I got an award for diligence myself. Gumshoe got a diligence award? What is that, most improved, like you suck, but you're persistent? Ah, congratulations. I was wondering why the award is shield. And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Hey, they even got naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Yeah, we've heard about the rumors. So, what did you stuff? Rumors and law. He's in a tough spot again. Again? God, how can you be in a tougher spot than that? Jeez. Not much tougher than getting pinned for murder. Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney Hammond. But Edgeworth was found innocent! Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting! But there's no evidence against him! Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. Had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. Seriously is, isn't he? Well, anyways, I guess maybe we should present the past to him, and I think that's about it. Found it in Mr. Edgeworth's car. Okay, we've already seen this. Okay. Had 2 pieces of evidence out of the way at once, I see. What about this? Detective, here's my attorney's badge. You show this to me every time we meet, pal. It's really annoying, and I want you to get that freaking thing out of my face. Real men show their police badge. Enough said. I wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice. Wait. Speaking of ID cards, I found that detective's card, didn't I? Didn't I already ask him about that, though? I know, I did. Alright, so there's nothing really else to ask him about here, so let's go to... Can we examine something, maybe? I mean, we've talked to Gumshoe about everything we could possibly talk to him about. I was wondering about that. What, the Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece! Oh, good God. You made this, Detective Gumshoe? God, that is an abomination. Doesn't even look like a badger. The chief threw together some designs, and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the battery dies. Poor Blue Badger, flighted to dance until he drops. Blue Badger added to the court record. Oh, there we go. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on this case, you know. Thank you! Why aren't you handling this case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is, what was his name? The guy in the parking lot. That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall, is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer from West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this, and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe added to the court record. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there, and nobody will look at you twice, pal. I guess so. Moving to the crime scene. Here we go. Oh crap, it looks like nobody's here. Or maybe Marshall is here. Underground parking lot. Looks like the investigation is still going. Have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck on this pit till the sun sleep. I don't know who's talking there. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh god, this lady. Still here. Oh, still here? Hello. Why the surprised looks? Did I mention? I've got a boyfriend in the criminal affairs too. What happened to the security guard? Oh god. Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. Let's talk to him. The victim. There's something I wanted to ask you. The scene of the crime, a cold grave for men who lost their dreams. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment. Who's asleep? Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? I guess we should. How do you fall asleep standing up? That doesn't make any sense. Here, have this in the face to wake you up. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right in the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? Ah, that old cow dog. He holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. Ah, I think he just miswrote it. Great, Detective Gumshoe, I owe you one. No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe better than a blood test. Guess I better let you in. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Officer Marshall isn't a detective, he's a patrolman. That reminds me of something. That is odd. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settlers, strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny, let's have a hootenanny. Note to self, police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Rat, what do you say? I'd say I won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction crumpled and discarded, just like anything else Gumshoe freaking gives you. Alright, this is gonna hurt my voice, but tell me about the victim. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little bit more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Autopsy report out of the court record. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prospector Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why I didn't do much work with the Chief Prospector. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot. So it seems, like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. Marshall. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoe detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth there. Edgeworth? That cow dog's been kicked out of his cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just he don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation? That's strange. Alright, tell me about Mr. Goodman. What's that? Some sort of police passport? This is Detective Goodman's ID card, strangely enough. We found it a good distance away from the crime scene. Good distance. In this rat hole? If you want distance, get yourself to Texas. Texas? This is a tiny little crime scene in a tiny little town with tiny little evidence. What difference does a few yards make, compadre? Note to self, if you encounter suspicious evidence, think of Texas. There's no better way to study than to hang out with the pros. Sure, okay, tell me about this Blue Badger panel. Alright, compadre, count to 3. Huh? You gotta do that if you're gonna draw evidence on someone. That's what we do in Texas. Remind me never to visit Texas. Please don't visit Texas, Phoenix. Alright, okay, we've already done that. Okay, what about this? Toy shield suits the boy well. What exactly could you shield with that? A toy knight, maybe? Officer Marshall, don't you have anything good to say about Mr. Edgeworth? You don't like him, right? We get the point. You know, when I was a detective, I got one of these. Let me guess. Did it have a K for King of Detectives on it? Hey, they could use the same shield over and over. Note to self, the prosecutor's office in criminal affairs are surprisingly cheap. You know it. They've gotten cheaper with every passing year, I tell you. Interesting. Alright, what about this parking stub? 5:12 p.m. The prospector's bright red steed came in at a trot, real slow-like. A trot? My Madonna tells me the crime occurred 3 minutes later. So it seems the chief prospector was lying in wait. Maybe waiting for a prince to ride in on a bright red horse. So what you mean is, the killer intended to use Edgeworth's car all along. Imagine that. Alright, let's see if we can examine the car yet, actually. I think that's what we're supposed to do here. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. Look, something's written on it! 675-12-2. Okay. You're right, let's see. 670S-12-2? There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, sir, what does it mean, Mr. Rudd? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. Jeez. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what that means either. Goodman, no, out of the court record. Alright, what do we got here? This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Sure. Let's check it out. Right, let's check it out. Alright. Where was that examine that I just had? There we go. No, it was right there. Come on, examine, come back. There we go. Man, what a boring strap. What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes, you know. Here, check out mine. That's a pink princess strap, and I will be right back in a minute. Welcome back, everybody. These are hard to come by, you know. I see he's as popular as ever with the kids. Alright, somebody's popular with the kids. Slender Goodman. Let's see here. What else is there to examine on this piece of crap? What is that? The display is still on the redial button. Redial? Mr. Rudd. Most phones keep a record of all the calls you made and received. You just press the blue button to dial the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you never know when people from your generation... Whatever, let's just check this phone out. Alright, let's see here. Let's press the blue button. Please. Something about blue in this case. Blue badgers, blue buttons, blue everything. Now I wonder who the owner of this phone called last. Not to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Derp derp derp. Hey, that song, I know that. Hey, what's going on over there? Ah, oh sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyways? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prosecutor Sky. What? It's my sister's? She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone, except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who did she call? Ghostbusters! No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now, one of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that? Oh! I'm sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Man, it is crazy in Texas. Apparently. For a conservative state, they sure are violent. Uh-oh, I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Let's see here. Anything in the trunk? So the note was on the floor, and must have fallen out of Detective Goodman's pocket. And what does it mean, Mr. Wright? I have no idea. Note to self, for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth. Sure, Edgeworth be just as confused. Seriously. Alright, what's over here? Miss Ralph, is it? Yep, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You've got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. Stupid Emma is stupid. Well, Maya would have come up with a worse conclusion, probably involving burgers. Anyways, this appears to be the car where the body was found. Looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Quite a luxury car. It just screams I have money to burn. Yeah, our prosecutors get the big bucks. What's this? An oil drum. Looks like it's filled with water. I'll tell you, I can't even budge it. The drum over here is on its side. Wait, I know. I'll hide it in here and do a stakeout. I think you'll probably just get arrested. In fact, you may not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested. What? I'm not suspicious. Yes, you are. Anyways, let's go over this way. See if we can't present this guy with any evidence. What does this mean, Marshal? Nope, can't tell me. Fantastic, alright. What about this cell phone? My sister's cell phone? The last time it was used was 5/18, right after Goodman was killed. Maybe she was canceling her date for the night. Why did Lana make that call? That's what I'm wondering. You have anything else to say? Yes, okay. So, there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister? That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall! Yeah, Bambina. How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between the cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's a-blowing through my prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will, someone's up to something here, but who? Office atmosphere. Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence, arranging testimonies, you name it. He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits, untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Bambina, it's your sister. Chief Prospector Lana Sky. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those jimmies by himself. I mean, cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals. What you're saying is that Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? Guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So, you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana isn't confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem! I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma? Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? Dun dun dun. A popular TV show. For kids? The phone that just rang wasn't mine. It was yours. 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? I still hung up right away. I see. Cell phone out of the court record. A detective is murdered and the suspect is a top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. To be continued next episode. Rate, comment, subscribe, favorite, and see you guys next time.